over the hill, Grahamstown, Baintown, from everywhere they're coming. They're the people's choice, the Saxon Superstars.
Hello? Who's in the morning?
Yeah, you thought we was finishing.
Turks and Caicos is seeing a spike in migrants trying to illegally enter the TCI, leading to many issues in the Caribbean country. So they've taken a big step to protect their borders, preventing Haitians from traveling to the Turks and Caicos, even for leisure. Our One Caribbean News' Deandra Hamilton reports.
As the UNHCR fights for equality for Caribbean migrants crossing into the United States, the Turks and Caicos announces a big decision in relation to Haiti. Turks and Caicos Islands has placed a moratorium on visitor visas for citizens of Haiti. The 6-month freeze, which came into effect on January 11th, will prevent Haitians from traveling to the TCI for leisure, even business purposes. The announcement was made mere days after at least 10 senators in Haiti's parliament stepped down from their positions, leaving the country without any democratic rule. But the Minister for Border Services, Arlington Musgrove, reported that TCI's actions were prompted by more direct challenges from the embattled state. Identified was an increasing number of irregular migrants attempting to enter the TCI over the last year illegally and clandestinely. Upsurge in violent crimes in Haiti and the TCI, the number of persons repatriated and deported to Haiti recently, a rise in communicable and infectious diseases such as cholera, the hiring of illegal migrants and persons not authorized to work in the TCI by unscrupulous employers, and the noticeable propensity of persons arriving on the islands violating the terms of their visitor's visa by overstaying and engaging in gainful employment, all of which are against the law. Minister Musgrove said the decision was taken to protect the TCI's borders and its people. Recently, TCI Governor Nigel Dakin noted that the stream of migrants and human smuggling operations is overwhelming, citing that 275 illegals were caught and taken into custody over the Christmas holidays. Unknown is how many Haitians may have gotten into the Turks and Caicos undetected. Outside the Haitian embassy in Nassau, Bahamas on Shirley Street, I'm Deandra Hamilton reporting.
Bahamians aren't prepared to stand up and fight and defend their own Bahamas, then you don't deserve to have it.
Now let that sink in. Come on.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. We are live. Thank you for joining us. We are broadcasting live from all over the world. And of course, we are on all of your favorite popular platforms, and that includes Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and many other popular platforms. You can get us live. And so that is on the Lincoln Bain page, Bahamian Evolution, or Coalition of Independence page. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us as always. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are at a turning point. We can feel that something is in the air. Winter is coming, and an evil army is coming from the south. And we must prepare for war. We must prepare to save our nation. We must prepare. This is serious, and we can't talk this down. But we're going to have a serious conversation about this today. We're also going to get into the fact that the Prime Minister took our carbon credits to himself, to the Prime Minister, that is. And I had revealed that the end of last year. And I showed you in the law that had happened. A lot of people are talking about it now. They heard it talked about on Steve McKinney's show. And so we're going to touch on that so you can understand the ramifications of that. And I will allow you to call in, and so we can have our phone number ready so that people can do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got some stuff to talk about today. The fact that our country is in peril. And of course, it's time to get ready. The clarion call has been made. And we're calling on all Bahamians. All Bahamians. This is not a political event. This is not about politics. I am not going there as a member of a political party or even an activist. I'm going there as a Bahamian who is concerned for what's happening in our country. I am seriously and terribly concerned about the invasion. And they seem to not be able to get control of this. I watched the press briefing from the Prime Minister's office today, and that terrified me. And I don't mean that literally because nothing scares me. But I was appalled at what I heard. I heard the head of the Defense Force asked about solutions to what's going on. And all I heard was excuses. And so today I'm going to start with that. I even got a secret video of the boat they caught some Haitians in recently. The boat was being fueled right up here in Nassau. And based on that, they should know who it is. But I think because of who they're really connected to, that isn't going to be solved. I'm going to show you that boat being fueled up as they were getting ready to go and move those Haitians. We got a lot to talk about today, so stay tuned. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. Share this with everybody. So we want to make sure that all of the people who are here, make sure that all of you share this. We got probably about 1,300 people on all the different platforms right now. We need all of you to share this, whatever platform you're on. From WhatsApp, share it to your WhatsApp. Use YouTube for family members who don't have Facebook, etc. Let's get this out there. So thank you to all of you, wherever you are tuned in from. I'm going to get right in it because we started a little bit late. All right. So I want you to first hear from the Commodore of the Defense Force. I was flabbergasted as I sat there and listened to this man. This is about a 5-minute video that I'm going to cut in and out as he is talking because this flabbergasted me. You know what? Let me go to the second video first. It's a shorter one. It's 1 minute, and I'm going to cut in and out as this is going. But what I heard, my Lord. Let's listen.
Also speaks to trends discovered with both Central and South Americans.
Those countries, they come into the country legitimately on visas. As and before their visas expire, they migrate to Bimini, Grand Bahama. Some maneuver from here in New Providence, from places like Sand Trap, Jaws Beach, and they're smuggled into the Florida coast.
I'm going to pause him right there, right? Because it sounded to me like he just said all of the places that this operation is going on. He knows that they leave from Jaws Beach. Do y'all see Immigration Police Defense Force on Jaws Beach doing any operation waiting on them? He knows that they leave from the Sand Trap, and he said it's ongoing. You heard him say that. If he knows that they leave from the Sand Trap, do you see the Police Defense Force Immigration having the Sand Trap unlocked? The Sand Trap is a complex on the northern side of West Bay Street, right across from St. Albert's Drive. So if you know where they're leaving from, what's the problem? This reminds me of, you have a drug house in a neighborhood That's a serious problem. Police drive up and down past the drug house every day. Everyone in the neighborhood know the drug house right there, but the police just saying that we have a serious drug problem in this community, and we need to resolve that, and people need to stop taking drugs. But you know where the drug house is. Did you hear that from him? I'm going to play that again because this isn't making sense to me. It's like this, like nothing is working or making sense in this country. Let's hear that again.
Legitimately on visas, as and before their visas expire, they migrate to Bimini, Grand Bahama. Some maneuver from here in New Providence, from places like Sand Trap, Jaws Beach, and they're smuggled into the Florida coast. That is something that is ongoing. We're working closely with the United States Coast Guard. We have and we continue to dedicate assets to the Northern Bahamas to assist with patrolling the Florida Straits.
Officers also encounter trends with Cuban nationals who have been led to flee their homeland due to high unemployment and food and medicine scarcity.
How it affects the Bahamas? They're using the Key Sal banks, the Damas Keys, Elbow Key, and Grilla Key in most cases as staging areas.
Dr. King adds that this is an organized smuggling ring, something experts consider to be a transnational crime organization. He says vessels come in from the coast of Florida, picking up these people from the Bahamian waters and smuggling them into the United States. Reporting live in studio.
Also speaks.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to say about what I just heard during that press briefing. He's saying that he knows where it's happening. So where's the police? Where's the Defense Force, Immigration? You're calling it a transnational criminal organization. But we're not covering this, and you know where it's happening? I mean, if I am Commissioner of Police and I know that they're using Jaws Beach to leave from, there will be a boat station there. Okay, we know that the mall would be a hot spot for crime and a lot of people are gathered there. So what do? You put a police station in the mall. You know that downtown would be a hot spot, a lot of jewelry stores, tourists are there, you want to take care of it. So what do? You put a police station downtown. You put police on foot patrol downtown because it's a hot spot. It has a lot of potential for issues. So y'all can't, with all this money that y'all are being paid, 6 figures, because y'all getting your 100 grand. Y'all don't want the Bahamian people to get theirs. With all this money you're being paid, no one could think of the actual hot spots to block. Let's continue. I want you to hear this excuse making. I played the whole thing so they don't say that I cut, a part of it. And I want you to watch this, all right? Because all I heard was, nothing we could do. This place is so big and so vast, and what you want us to do? We can't stop these people from coming in. That's what I heard when I heard him speak. So I think what needs to happen is whoever's running this country needs to step down because we're in the middle of a crisis, and the Commodore of the Defense Force basically threw his hand up in the air and made excuses. Let's listen to the Commodore of the Defense Force and his excuses.
I hear you keep saying that you've been successful in intercepting or deterring these vessels from coming to Bahamas in partnership with the surrounding community. But still yet, the immigration minister, who I feel should have been here to answer some of these questions, is saying that we acknowledge after some time that we're in crisis. But what is being done to sort of change this problem, to address this problem? Because many are saying that, the government has invested millions of dollars in boats that, they want to know where these boats are. How come it is that these vessels are coming all the way from the southern Bahamas as far as Andros?
You need to understand the context of the environment. let's use Inagua. Those vessels are evading the coastal radar that is there. The intent is, in terms of communication and maritime domain of Venice, we have our second radar at HMBS Coral Harbor. The third one is about to be installed in Ragged Island. There are 9 approved by the United States government to be subsequently installed. Those coastal radars will give you overlapping coverage, and then that is when it all comes together. But the distance between Matthew Town, Inagua, and Ragged Island is over 200 nautical miles. The distance between Ragged Island and South Andres is about another 100 miles. And so when you have vessels, they move along the northern coast of Haiti and then Cuba. In most cases, unless, and we do get the intel from the Cuban Border Patrol, and they would give us, and they would update us accordingly. But the expanse of water on the range is significant. All right? And that is why we work together, because we have the Bat Hilo, we have the Coast Guard vessels at the Windward Passage who are operating off the coast of Haiti. And at any one time, we have 6 vessels moving in and around the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, as well as our aircraft on a daily basis. But we based it on intel. We receive reliable intelligence. But when you have a vessel moving along the coast of Cuba, all along, unsurprisingly, they decide to move northwards because of weather or whatever. It takes a while to catch that, because you may not have intelligence on it, or you may have patrolled another sector. And so we have to shift our resources. The Bahamas is very porous. We have a number of shipping lanes. You have the old Bahama Channel, the Santorini Channel, the New Providence Channel, and the Northeast Channel. You have the Megwater Passage, the Crooked Island Passage. It's very porous. And we are a family of islands. We are an archipelago. And I want to commend the men and women of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force for the job that they've done during that time. And I've been in this organization 36 years, and I know the challenges we face with frequent landings almost every night. But we continue to remain resolved. We continue to work extremely hard, and we're not even at 100% capacity. We're still trying to bring a number of our vessels on stream because of generator problems that we're trying to overcome. So we haven't even really exhausted our capacity. And as we decentralize, we incorporate those communication technologies. When we're able to realize the drone technologies in those strategic sites and on board our vessels, we'll become more effective. But it's difficult. We're talking about over 100,000 square miles of water on an archipelago. And it takes a while for you to realize the shift the criminal organization would have made in order for youth now to stem any further tide. Look at the United States. They have coastal radars all along their coast. Their aircraft and aerial reconnaissance all patrolling up and about the Florida Straits. The Coast Guard vessels off the northern coast of Haiti, along the Bahama Channel, in the Florida Straits. And if you could recall, over the last several weeks, they've had a number of successful landings to their shorelines. And that's a developed country with enormous resources as compared to the Bahamas. And I want to commend our men and women for the job they would have done.
The Bahamas is not a real place. He said, it's difficult. It's difficult. But when we get our drones, when we get our drone technology, we're going to be able to do better. Look at America. They got planes and stuff. And they can't protect their borders. He said, we got 6 ships, 6 big, I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars ships, 6 of them that are patrolling at any given time. But we got some more ships, but the government don't see it as important enough to have them operational. So the generator ain't working. So I guess we ain't have no AC or something like that. The generator, not the engine, the generator isn't working. So they can't fix the generator. We under invasion. But instead of fixing the generator, it's more important for us to spend in a 3-month period over $4 million on flights for Brave Davis while we under invasion. 50 years. And this man was on the Defense Force for 36 years. And I know for most of that, they didn't have Google Maps, right? But we got it now. And I think he could just pick up Google Maps at some point in that 36 years. And he could look and see, oh, from Inagua to Maguana is 200 miles. And oh, from Inagua to this other place is another 200 miles. And so it's difficult. I think you should put in your resignation immediately. Immediately. Because it's difficult, but the Coast Guard can catch them, but we can't catch them. Let me show you how difficult this is. And this one is dedicated to the Commodore of the Defense Force. And in fact, I feel that we should immediately call for the resignation of the entire leadership of the Defense Force for letting him continue unchallenged and for being ineffective with this man at the helm. And I'm only saying that based on his excuses and the fact that we see Turks and Caicos catching these people out to sea, and we see the U.S. Coast Guard catching them out to sea, but we don't see the Defense Force catching no one out to sea. No, not one. Since this government getting power, I don't remember the Defense Force catching anyone after that. And I call for the entire leadership of the Defense Force to step down. And let's go to Long Island and hire new leaders for the Defense Force from Long Island. Let them Long Island fellas run the Defense Force, and I guarantee you, not another boat will enter our waters. Not another one. Excuses are tools of incompetence that build upon monuments of nothingness, and those who specialize in using them seldom accomplish anything. Mr. King, what you're saying is you are incapable and that you should step down. I'm saying that based on what you had to say. So let's just take a look at what he is talking about and what is so difficult. Let's just take a look at that, okay? Because we don't like to go off what these officials say, because these officials are getting more and more imbecilic, for lack of a better word. So this is the southern portion of the Bahamas, the southern portion. This is Inagua. This is Haiti right here. You know, this Cape Haitian, this is where most of them come from, or this Port-au-Prince right here. So this is the southern border. He started talking about these hundreds and hundreds of miles. Let's do the measurement. You know what I like about Google Earth? You can measure. He talked about all these different straits that cover. All right. So this is where they come from. So they drift here. All right. They drift here. And they go up and up and up. And Tito said we went up in South Andres. Boom. So where they had to come from? They had to come through here. They couldn't go around Cuba. They couldn't go around this way to come there. They came through here. What's all these different channels he's talking about? And they buck here. And I'm going to show you where Kisal is in a minute, so you understand something else. So let's just measure what he's talking about. So here we go. this right here is the tip of Inagua, and there's already a radar here, right? So from the tip of Inagua right here to the tip of Cuba, 54.59 miles. 54, here it is, 0.59 miles. What's all this 200 miles and 200 miles there? If you block off this channel, they can't pass. So if you have 6 ships, the radar is here. That covers a lot of this area. 1 ship in the middle here as a goalie. If that's not enough, 1, 2 ships. But 1 ship right here is with their radar. So a radar here on the ship and a radar here on land. And you got this covered. There's only 54 miles. Radars could cover that without any problems. And you have long range radars that can cover more miles than that. All right. And so that's 1 entry point. Another entry point. Let's start a new one. So all we got to do, because we could have, you don't even need to cover this. You can cover with regular speedboats and radar. So from here, from Little Inagua to Inagua, let me click right there. The Turks and Caicos right here. That's 29 miles, right? 28 miles, all right? 28 miles. There you go. This is blocked off. This is blocked off. Where are they gonna go? And so outside of that, you have radar posts in these areas. You have periodic ships. So you got a ship here in the middle here that covers this, blocks this whole thing off. You have a ship here. That's only 2 ships you're using so far. You could have a ship patrolling in here. That's 3. You say you got 6. A ship patrolling in this area. Okay? If the ship is patrolling in this area, they cannot pass. They're not going to go in this deep, deep Atlantic Ocean. What's the problem, Commodore? What's the problem? Someone explain to me what the problem is here. Why this is so difficult to understand. Now, something else I want to show you. So they get through here, and they sail all the way up here. All the way up here. See what it says? All the way up here. And then they end up at Quisal. That's right here. Because all they got to do is drift, because this is how the currents drift. All right? They get up all the way to Quisal. I remember I grew up on a boat with my own man. He was a boat captain. My dad was a boat captain. This right here is Quisal. You can barely see it on the map. Sorry, I'm missing. Click on that. Here we go. This is Quisal right here. See, now it comes into view. That's Quisal. All right. So this is in the middle of nowhere. Oh, where's on it? Quisal right there. So what we're going to do is I want to measure something else for you. Something very curious. All right. So Quisal is going to disappear from it. Right there, right there, right there, right there. So, okay, Inagua still isn't in view. There's Inagua. All right. So Quisal is about here, right? So from Quisal, let me touch that to, to Inagua down here, because it has to go to where the port is, the bottom there. All right. Let's see how much miles that is. That is 482 miles from Quisal to Inagua. All right, the south of Inagua. That's 482 miles, Bahamas. Do you know why I said that? Because when those illegal immigrants were caught on Quisal, Quisal is a part of the Bahamas. That's one of our islands. All right. When those illegal immigrants were caught on Quisal, they took them by boat all the way 482 miles, let's say 480, whatever you want to call it, to Inagua. And that's where they kept them, right? So if you could take them 482 miles by boat from here to start here, how in the world is it that you need to use airplane to take them right from here, Inagua, just under 70 miles to Haiti? That's 70 miles right there. Why? So you could take them all that way on boat, but somehow it's inhumane to take them by boat and put them here. You rather spend all that money, cost us millions of dollars, to put them on a plane from Nassau or from Inagua right to here. Listen, put those people on boats and send them home. They came on boat, you transported them from wherever you caught them on boat, carry them home on boat. I just want you all to see that. All right. So I hope we were able to help the Commodore. I hope we were able to help the Commodore just now. Someone says, ask him how much boats are working. He says 6 boats are working and 6 boats are patrolling. But they have some more boats that are not working. But I guess that's not urgent. Philip Brave Davis and what's his name? Fred Mitchell trips. That's more important to them. I mean, how is that so difficult? You just block the channels. If you have a house with no windows or bars on the windows and someone is coming into your house through the door, you know exactly where they're coming. How could you not stop them? This talk about, oh, is 100,000 miles of ocean, but they could only come to the door. I don't care how big the house is. If they come into the door, you know where they're coming from. I don't. Jesus. And we celebrate these people and go for them every time. Wow. We talk about all their qualifications and we're impressed with all this nonsense. This is another boat that they recently caught some of those immigrants on recently. And like I told you before, they're using speed boats, go fast boats. They're not just using those rickety sailboats. All right. And so they're using these speed boats, etc. So they caught, you would have seen this in the media, they caught them on this boat right here. All right. So if they caught them on this boat right here, they don't know who the persons were, who owned the boat, controlled the boat, etc., etc. But there is footage of that boat being fueled up. And so all you got to do is go to the gas station, look at the cameras, and you're good to go. Here it is. This is that exact same boat. See this thing on the side? Canopy. It's the exact same boat. Look. See the little thing on the side? So this is the boat being fueled up. This person's in the picture. Let's look again. Ooh, who are those persons in the picture? Oh, that's a Ford Explorer. But they don't know who. See the boat? See it? See it? It's the boat. So officers, go to that gas station right there, please, and handle this. There's some people in the view, in the picture. Go there and handle that. Now, when you find out who the people connected to, you might not want to continue this. In this country right now. Oh, Lord. Internet going down. Down, down, down. Okay. Saying that we having internet problems just now. Boy, when you start showing some critical stuff, they always hit you. I don't know. They make it so obvious. I don't understand that. Just at least try to make it not look not so obvious. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of footage of those persons landing, actually landing in Inagua. Well, being taken to Inagua, concerned again like they were last time.
They are registered over there.
These we have a lot of footage of this. We can't show you all this footage, but those I was supposed to show this from on Tuesday. But there's a lot of people there, as you can see them. They have them dressed in white. They change their clothes, etc., etc. Yeah, they are taking them off the boats and taking them in. And so, we have eyes everywhere because we have Bahamian patriots everywhere. And so, the new Bahamians, we're everywhere, and we have the all seeing eye. So, it's nothing they can hide from us. And so, this is footage. All right, let's see. Sitting outside, and the reason I'm showing you this is because there was as you can see, so I think it was muted while I was playing those videos. The reason we're playing that is because the government was claiming that, the news media report said that there was a new facility built in Inagua and that these people were being housed in that facility and it could hold X amount of people. But the people in Inagua are saying, what facility? These people are sitting outside and they're sitting in the tents. And so we need the government to explain what's going on there, all right? Because they don't know about any new facility being built. We are in some serious problems. You've all by now seen the story of this Haitian without a job and a Haitian who landed with a work permit, but a Haitian without a job who has a work permit and works for Ferdinand Nathaniel Lockhart. Someone out there, y'all help us with this investigation, please. Come and find out who Vernon Lockhart is and see who signed for this. That's what we got to start doing. Get these Haitians documents. And let's find out who helping them get in. Did Vernon get paid for this? Is this person working for Vernon? We need to find out exactly what's going on here. Who is Vernon? Who is Vernon? Who is aiding and abetting in this? I know someone from your grandmama who told me that they were offered $20,000 to assist the child of an immigrant to get into the Bahamas. They were offered $20,000. These people have money. All right? You're talking they're leaving for a better life. Let me help you understand something. All right? I don't know many Bahamians who could find $10,000 right now for a boat ride. If a Bahamian needed $10,000 to go to Miami to live, I don't know many Bahamians who could afford that. So you talk about these poor people and they poor, starving, hungry people. That boat ride is $8,000 to $10,000. That's just here. And if they're leaving to go to the States, that's another $8,000 to $10,000. That's $16,000 to $20,000. How many Bahamians you know could find $16,000 to $20,000 right now? Not many? I don't know much. If I was to ask you right now, if you have $16,000 to $20,000 to go from here to go live in Canada, do you have it? No? I want you to understand that we do not hate Haitians. We're not against Haitians. And I want to make this clear. We keep saying that, but of course, for political reasons, persons try to spin the story another way. We don't hate anyone. We love all of our neighbors. But we want you to come the right way. That's it. And I want you to understand that not all Haitians agree with the nonsense that is going on in this country. Not all Haitians agree with Louis Georges and the evil that he is doing. Because only him benefiting from that. He's making money from that. He's making money from encouraging the illegality that is going on. He's benefiting from that. And that's why he's doing what he's doing. He is benefiting from that. I saw him did a post when the Andres landing happened a couple of days ago. He did a post saying that 50 persons, and he put that number out there before the officials put it out. 50 persons landed on the beach. Now, the people who were there said they saw more like 200 people. But of course, Louis George, their job is to talk it down. So, hey, don't look at us. Don't be afraid of us. We just come in to take over secretly. And but for now, we just need you to think that we're not a threat. And anyone who is saying that we're a threat, they gaslighting. And they're spreading hate. But it wasn't a lot of people. It was just 50. Like he was there. But the people on the ground said it's more like 200 people that they saw with their eyes. And so he did a post about it. And I went on that post and I wanted to see what a lot of people of their diaspora had to say. And it was very interesting what I saw. All right. And I'm gonna go through a couple of these. And this is the first one that I saw. This is the first response to Louis. And this is a confession by a Haitian. All these people are Haitian, and I translated it. If you could see, it says automatically translated. So I translated this because all of this was in Creole, everything. I want you to see this very carefully. Watch this. This is the person responding to Louis. It says, Louis Georges, if they catch water, they send them back. Once they arrive, they give them paper. They are talking about what's going on right now. The ones who are getting caught out to sea, like you see when the Coast Guard catches them out there in the water, or Turks and Caicos people catch them out in the water, if they get catch in the water, that's the ones who are being deported. Because you see, the communities on land, they're being built up. Thousands of homes are being built all over this country. So where do these people come from? They don't look like they're trying to go to the U.S. to me. Because if I trying to go to the U.S., I ain't building no house. But hear what he said. He said, in this bad translation, he said, if they catch water, so if they catch them in the water, they send them back. That's what's happening now. So anyone who the Coast Guard catch and they bring them in, those ones didn't have chance to pay no bribes to government officials, et cetera, et cetera. They go back. But if you land, they're going to give you paper. You see it right there? Look. Look. That's the Haitian talking to Louis. Because that's what's happening. Once you get here, they give you papers. Y'all see it right there? And it's still on Louis' page. Go look because he might take it down now. Go, after this live, go look. Don't look now. But we screenshotted everything. And then someone else said, Louis, but there's due process, I guess, right? And then someone else says, no, he's talking about Brazil. I don't know what he's talking about. Watch this. This is another Haitian responded. Louis Georges, so this country belongs to Haitians? Oh, there. They should enter as they find. So that's the translation. So in other words, a person saying, this country don't belong to Haitians. Based on what you're saying, they could just enter as they will. That's a funny translation. And there's a Haitian telling them that. So this country belongs to Haitians, eh? Based on how Louis is talking, this is a Haitian talking to him. Not every Haitian believes in the illegality. And I compliment and I commend the Haitians who will stand with what is right and not stand with wrong. And stand with persons like Louis who making money off y'all, using y'all. Let's read some more of these comments. Jesus, Haitians are having fun at the moment. When I go to hear that Cindy will be in a live, it hurts my heart. There's someone else talking. Someone else says we're giving the bill to the authorities here. I don't know what they're talking about. All right, something different. This person there says, Wilna Prophet, yo, Haitians are so curious. In other words, they're curious people. They think it's normal to invade illegal people's country. See? It's Haitian saying this. Haitian people are curious people. They think it's normal to illegally invade people's country. That's their words. You see? Not all Haitians believe in illegality. There are some Haitians who want to help us defend this nation against the illegal invasion that is happening. Someone else says, Luby Georges, and above all, I am not sure the country can support people in the matter of illegal work. Anyway, Haitians must calculate how they do things. This is another one standing up to Luby. He's saying this country can't support what's happening. This country can't support what's going on. All this illegal work going on, coming in for this illegal work, coming in illegally. They're saying that Haitians have to calculate how they do things. You all need to consider what you all are doing. That's what that person is saying. Grab another one. This person was responding to that first comment where they said, whatever, the person named LOL, residency straight. They laughing at us. Yeah? LOL, residency straight. In other words, when you land, you're straight. You see? They're laughing at us because they know what's going on, Bahamas. This their words. This on Luby page right now. The person say, if they catch you out to sea, you're getting deported. But once you land, you're getting papers. That sounds like the deal that Brave made, eh? That he said he didn't sign. This next person right here says, in the middle, but they can't keep coming in like that. It's not good. It's Haitian. Père Petit. She says, or he says, but they can't keep coming in like that. It's not good. These Haitians talking, you know. See, not all people believe in illegality that you should just do whatever you want. Just come and destroy this country and make it like where you came from. Someone else says, another Asian says, responding to that one, it makes no sense. It's too much. Too much people coming. This Asian saying that. This Genia Altador, it makes no sense. It's too much. See, because some people think that because people are Haitian, they're just going to agree with us Haitian just coming and piling up this country and breaking down our system and making it like where they came from. Haiti is the way it is right now because of corruption. The country is corrupt officials, etc. And there's some Haitians who don't want that to happen. The other person says, see, the problems will never end. Why? Because they storming us. The next person went further and said, the problems will never end. The innocent will pay for the guilty. So in other words, the ones who come in here properly and did it the right way, they can suffer for the ones who doing foolishness. This Haitian's talking in their language. Do y'all see? This on Luby page. It's reality. Even the Haitians see a problem with what is going on, and they are not entertaining Luby and his foolish talks. Now, there are a lot of people who do. They're just loyal to whatever. But there are a lot who disagree with this foolishness that is going on. I think that's it. Farmers, we have to wake up. If we don't, we have some serious problems. Well, please wake up. Please wake up. Before, there's nothing to wake up to. Please wake up. Please. We have the phone. Now, please wake up. You know, people are having the discussion about whether Brave signed this deal or not. Listen. Let me say this to Brave. Brave, if you're in sign that deal, because I know you're lying. That's one thing with y'all. Y'all just lie. If you're in sign that deal, I'm more hurt. Because you doing everything in that deal and more. Now, to be honest with you, there was nothing to sign. This was a declaration. There was nothing to literally that you had to sign on. This was a voluntary declaration where a person just said, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. There was nothing to physically sign. It was a declaration that different persons came together and they were going to contribute in their different way. Different countries said what they were going to put to the table. So what Brave did, he was very careful because he's a lawyer. He's very sharp with his words. He said, I did not sign. I repeat, I did not sign. Signing isn't the only way to agree to do something. Although we do believe. Well, we believe without a shadow of a doubt that Brave participated because all their language started to change when they came back. All of a sudden, you weren't illegal immigrants anymore. You were undocumented immigrants. The phone line is open. When I open the phone line, I'm gonna switch a little bit to talk about this healthcare situation. The phone line is 804-4264, 804-4264. We're in a crisis. What do you think? And so I'm just going to shift quick, and you can call in while I'm talking about this. But the healthcare situation, then I'm talking about blood and the country running out of blood, et cetera, et cetera. I don't see these issues like when they travel out of places. In America, you know what they do? They give you blood. It has value. Hospitals sell that to their patients. When you look on your bill, if you got blood, you get charged for every ounce or liter of blood that you got. So why is it, I'll be right with you, why is it that we're not paying for blood? Because if you go to doctor's hospital, they charge you for the tissue. They charge you for everything they give you. So they charge you for the blood. Why is it that you're not being paid when you donate that blood, when you give that blood? If you want to have blood there, pay for it. It is valuable. Even if you're going to make the persons pay for it who receive the blood, if you want to do it, then pay for it. There's some people who live off giving blood in the States. Pay for it because it has value. And then we won't run out of blood. Does that make sense? Because if the hospital could charge me for it when I get it, then you should pay whoever gave it. Let's go to phone lines. Welcome, you live.
Hello, good night, Lincoln. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great. First of all, I want to give my condolences to the family of Denise Daval, to the husband, the children, and the family. There's two things I just want to touch on briefly tonight. Let me tell you something, Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I have no sympathy at this point for those nurses and doctors at BMH. I too have had, and friends of mine's family members also had bad experiences with those nurses and doctors at BMH. You know, they're very cold and they really they really don't care. But then you would see them protesting and advocating for a pay increase and all of that. You see, and I understand that people do work under unfavorable conditions. But if a business operate, or the workers, right, and a business work under unfavorable conditions, you know what happened? That company loses profits that they can get back, right? But you this is what you sign up in the healthcare industry, right? Yes, you might be under unfavorable conditions, right? But you still have to perform because our life is the most important thing on earth. You still have to perform. You know, when I see people say that, because they don't have which is true, right? Say that they underperform because they don't have the equipment, or they're not getting paid. So it's all about the money, though. It's not about saving lives. You see what I'm saying? Wow. That's what they sign up for, right? And when I listened to the managing director for PMH the other day, I can't remember her first name, but Ms. Roll, I think she was very disingenuous and insensitive. What a nonchalant, stink attitude, right? Canada has the same issue. And another country she mentioned, I thought that was so insensitive. Like she's saying, well, people die, man. They're saying that, no. But that family, that particular Dawa family, they felt the pain of negligence.
Wow.
You see, and Lincoln, I am so serious and so passionate with this issue when it comes to healthcare service in this country. The Bahamian people are tired of this. We have no sympathy for those people up there now. We have no sympathy for those doctors and nurses. We do not discriminate. When you get in power, you have to put that ombudsman. You did say it too, the ombudsman committee forth. You remember you said that, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Let me tell you what, I have family that works in the hospital in Canada and in the US, right? Their laws are so strict when it comes to negligence in the hospital.
Yes,
the
it is.
license get taken and you get suspended. You see, it depends on if it's gross negligence. This hospital has been doing gross negligence and there's no accountability at all. They hide the files when you ask for the report. They hide it. You see?
Yeah.
And I hope they're listening tonight. We, the Bahamian people, we are sick of you all. We are sick of you all. We are sick of your behavior, how you treat us. Right? But guess what, 3 years isn't long from here. That foolishness is going to stop. And another thing I want to touch on, I was in NIB today. Right, I've been going to NIB now for the past week, and my brother, I see so much influx of Haitians in there.
Yes.
Can't even speak a lick of English.
Yes.
The lady told, she was calling number. She said number 23. The Haitian girl was shot. Number was next. She, right in the woman place, didn't understand what the woman was saying. The other Haitian lady had to say, "Oh, you's number 23. She's talking to you." They come in here, don't even know how to speak a lick of English.
Wow.
Wow, it's amazing. Well, anyway, good night. But like I say, you know, our hospital, we have to hold them accountable, man. Playing time is over. They are sisters. We don't want the doctors and the nurses. They are sisters. They are aunts, right? They are mothers. They are uncles. They are brothers. They are Bahamians. So it isn't so much just the system. No, it's the people in the system. That has to change. We cannot go soft on this issue, Lincoln. We cannot. A lot of Bahamians are hurting because they loved ones went in that facility for simple minor stuff, and they came back out in the body bag, and there's no accountability, no restitution or anything. And those people are still on that job, and they're talking about they're running to the States. I saw a boycott and let's post everything about Bahamian nurses and doctors going over there, let them know how bad they treat people in their own country.
Wow.
Yes.
All right.
They're
Thanks for
not
your call, man.
They're not going to get away this time.
Thanks for your call. You coming out on Wednesday?
Man, you know that, man. Come on.
All right. Make sure you're there and make sure you don't come by yourself. Bring someone else. We got to fight for this country.
All right, bro.
All right, man. I have something interesting. I was going to play it tonight, but I ain't going to play it tonight. I can wait till Sunday. You know, Keith Bell had a meeting with the National Insurance Board recently. Man, as I sat and listened to what was said in that meeting, If y'all don't fight for this country, why the Minister of Immigration meeting with National Insurance Board having discussions about these immigrants? Because they can't get straight if they don't pay their national insurance. But if he get a waiver for them, it makes it easier for them. Why is it that they're trying to do everything in their power to make life easier for these people? They're defending them. You heard Fred Mitchell with all this nonsense about you can't talk to illegals now. I mean, literally did something out there, him and the fake news at Eyewitness News. It's stories out there to intimidate persons to make you think that it's illegal now to talk to them. They did a whole story with Skippings, Christian Skippings, about, you know, impersonating a officer or something like that, which that wasn't even the case. So why the conversation is to deceive people? But Bahamians are hip to it now, and they're making themselves look stupid, especially the news media. And they're grabbing officials and getting them to say something because they believe that people will just believe anything if an official says it. It's like when they grabbed, what's his name, Colin Powell, and had him stand up in front of the whole world and say, Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction. I've seen it. He said it, so it must be true. It turns out it wasn't. So they'll send the Attorney General to just say something. Oh, the injunction against the Haitians, against the Shanty Towns, that was just for Abaco. I just read it. Remember that? I just read it, and it's just for Abaco. That's the Attorney General. I mean, just told a blatant lie to the media. No consequences. In the meantime, all of your carbon credits were stolen. Figuratively, by the Prime Minister. And the way that this government is stealing is that they're stealing right in your face. They're putting it on the table and letting you see it and daring you to say something. That's like the big bad gangster walks into the store, grab the candy off the shelf, start eating it right in front of you. Dare you to say something. You can say something? No? Okay, well, I'm walking outside with this. But they learned from the FNM well how to now steal legally. That's what the FNM been doing. The PRP always did stuff under the table, but now the PRP always did stuff under the table. The FNM did it with the law. But now the PLP has learned, and that's why they wanted to steal funds from million people. So what they did is they did consultancy, and they said, okay, we're going to do $64 million in this budget just to pay consultants. What consultants? Just consultants. Whoever you want to give money to. Oh, Clint is now a consultant. Good evening, Clint. Getting some of that money. No, he says he's getting one salary. I spoke to him a couple of days ago. Luby is a consultant. What's the other man's name? Rodney Manka is a consultant. Anyone they decide that they want to give money to now can just be termed a consultant, and they can give money to them. Before, they had to make you get a business license, do some contract, and then give you a contract. And sometimes they don't fulfill the contract because they was just trying to give money to them. That's what they stole before, but now they're learning new ways to steal. They're stealing right in your face. And one of those ways is that they got rid of your sovereign wealth fund. They got rid of your sovereign wealth fund. I had a live previously on this. This didn't happen during the Christmas period. This happened before that. This happened previously. They got rid of the sovereign wealth fund and replaced it with the Bahamas Investment Fund, the National Investment Fund, which is a fund where they can steal your natural resources and they can steal your carbon credits. They were giving your carbon credits to Sam Bankman-Fried, the FTX. And so that was the plot. And we just sat down and we just let it happen because that's what we do. Payment's really too soft. We're really too soft. And so this new climate change act, with the carbon credits, this is a piece of criminal legislation in my view. Criminal legislation to rape and rob the Bahamian people. That's what it is. Let me go over this with you again quickly. There it is. If someone call in, when they finish calling, I'm going to go over this act with you again. Good afternoon, you're live.
Good evening, Lincoln.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Quick question for you. I was hearing something about the Privy Council is getting ready to rule on the immigration of persons, I guess, living or born in the Bahamas. And everybody's concerned that the Privy Council is going to rule that once a person is born in the Bahamas, whether it's to illegal parents or not, that child is going to be a Bahamian citizen. I don't quite understand what the Privy Council. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm trying to find out. Does the Privy Council have the right to rule over a country's constitution? Because if Haiti constitution say what it is, how is it that the Privy Council can rule for the Bahamas to say that if a child, whether born to illegal parents or not, once born in the Bahamas, that child is a Bahamian automatically?
No, they can't rule over the Constitution. They can only defend the Constitution, but what they do is they can interpret the law, and what they can do is put some funny interpretation to the law. You'll see they did it with the murder charges, and they have not had murder since. What they did was they said only the worst of the worst. They kept finding a way, some crazy definition or legal term to stall. All right, because we don't have a government that is serious. All we got to do to solve this problem is remove the PLP and the FNM. Listen, when they did,
but if the Privy Council rule, and they think they're going to be ruling like in the next week or two, if they rule that once a child is born in the Bahamas, they are Bahamian, be it that their parents are legal or not, does that stand forever, or that could be overturned?
Anything can be overturned because you can pass new laws. See, they have powers when there's no laws. And so, for example, all we have to do to get a hanging again is we have to pass a law to define what the worst of the worst is, okay? Or actually state the criteria for hanging, all right? Describe it in the law and state what it is, and then the Privy Council can't do anything. But because we don't have anything that states that, they can work their way around it. But once we say the worst is this, that, and that, it's over. We can have hanging again. But guess what? Our leaders don't want to do that. You see, they're allowing the loophole to stay there for their own purposes. All right. We need real strong leadership, and we can get this done. So they can rule next week, but then as soon as we enter the new Bahamas, something different is going to happen. And we know how to do it.
I see.
All right. But this government doesn't have the will.
Quick question.
Let me just say one more thing so you understand. There was a judgment by Cheryl Grant Thompson, the judge, that put an injunction on breaking down shanty towns, all right, until a final ruling. But it also barred any new building. So the FNM government is going around saying that, oh, they were trying to do something and they were trying to do something. It's absolute nonsense. It is garbage. They're being very deceitful because they did not appeal the judgment, which they could have done. They could have appealed to the Court of Appeal. If the Court of Appeal didn't do it the right way, they could have gone to the Privy Council. All right? Outside of that, they can pass laws. They could have passed a law because they are the government. All right? But the judgment didn't stop them from doing it. You know, all it said was come to the court first. But they wanted that decision, And so that's why they did nothing. So the FNM now is trying to pretend that they were trying to do something. No. Minnis worked along with Fred Smith. Let me tell you something. I was sitting in the office with Fred Smith when he called Minnis on the phone. I can say this if this ain't real. All right? Minnis and Fred Smith were working together. Remember, he was the one who was funding the FNM. And so the trick was, all right, for political reasons, we got to make it look good. Let's make it look like we about to go, it's imminent that we're about to go break down these shiny downs and we can start deporting. I can say, get them out. You have until this date to get out. And then what we could do is we could let you do a little injunction, go to the court, and then block us. And that way we can blame the court. And it clears our hand like Pontius Pilate. It's the same thing that Perry Christie did with the number men. It was, all number houses must close by this date. We're going to shut you down. And then told all of them to go to Wayne Monroe and do an injunction. And that's what they did. This is how the politicians have been playing us. You see? So they're going along with this stuff because of our ignorance.
Okay, now I have one more question. I know for persons in Freeport who won't be able to make it to the Clarion Call, I saw Ms. Green posted the shirts that she requested that everybody was coming out to wear. But for persons in Freeport who wants to purchase one of the shirts, even though they won't make it to Nassau, what is the
No, I'm sorry. That message should have been sent out clearer. That was not shirts to wear. There was actually a fire. Some Bahamians had a fire. And remember, that's why I canceled my live on Tuesday. Some Bahamians had a single and the grandmother, they had a fire and their entire house burned down and everything they owned burned down. And we were reaching out to persons in order to assist. There were some children involved and they need uniform shirts, etc. So we've helped them. We've given them housing. All right. I put them in one of my houses, actually. We gave them housing. And we helped them, gave them, some stuff, but we wanted some more help, and we were giving persons the opportunity to help out. So that's really what that message was about. That wasn't about the. Yeah. So that's what that was. So if anyone here wants to assist, please call our office number 804-4264. The family lost everything. They had a 4-bedroom house. They lost every single thing. Nothing survived. And so if you want to assist them, please do. And as you would know, I've been announcing, we're opening 2 shelters for single mothers.
Okay, now, for the rally, though, on Russell Square, there was a shirt posted that has the color of the flag on it, and it says Nassau. Was that is there a uniform type?
I have no idea. I have no idea who posted that. But we're encouraging people to wear Bahamian colors, nothing political. To wear Bahamian colors. We're going out there as Bahamians to stand strong, united together. We're calling PLPs, FNMs, COI, whatever you are, to come out and stand up.
I gotcha.
Right. So if you want to wear your Bahamian colors, please do. Plenty of people have. I see some people getting shirts printed, designed, and that kind of stuff. So they're going out there dressed up. I see, so a lot of I see some women going out there dressed alike, in their Bahamian colors and like Bahamian female warriors. So that's going to be interesting.
Excellent.
Yeah. So everyone is getting ready.
I just hope though. I know this one is going to be in Nassau. But I'm hoping at some point we can do something where it coincides with all islands, even if it's a Saturday, where everybody comes on their particular island and protest. Because for persons on the family islands who can't make it to Nassau, we would want to go to our local government offices as well.
Yeah.
So like to do a national day of protest, that type of thing.
In the future, we'll have to get organized to get that done, to make sure we have the leadership on the ground on each island in order to get that done.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Thank you too.
All right.
So all right. Phone is beeping. I'll get that right now. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is a meeting for Grand Bahama. And it's going to be at Frank's Ice Cream tomorrow at 7:00. So the team down there in Grand Bahama is having a meeting at Frank's Ice Cream tomorrow at 7:00 in Freeport. All right. Good afternoon. You're live.
Good afternoon, President.
How you doing?
Pretty good. President Baines,
Yes.
I want the Bahamas to know I never used to listen to you until 6 months ago.
Wow.
And you said the government want to raise our NIB rates. They want to raise it 10%, and then the following year they raise it 2% every year for 15 years.
Yes.
What Mr. Bain meant when he said that, in about 15 years, you would be paying roughly 40% of your pay to the government.
You're a smart man.
So if you make 50,000, you have to pay them 20, or if you make 20,000, you have to give them about $10,000 to NIB. Mr. Bain, that is why I call into your show all the time, and I try to tell the people the 11.5 million people in Haiti, because I want the people to understand the seriousness of what you are doing and what you are saying. I will be out there February the 1st with you, Mr. Bain.
Thank you.
I will be out there for the first time ever.
Wow, thank you.
Mr. Bain, for everything.
Thank you too, man.
Yeah.
The reason that NIB is being raised is because our successive governments were raping and robbing the Bahamian people. I can't say it any differently. We showed you documentary evidence of this. We showed you where they were buying derelict mansions for millions of dollars. In one case, I think it was $6 million. Derelict mansions. Derelict, like run down. What could they do with it? Why would NIB be doing that with our money? We showed you the scandalous things that they were doing with our money. Now they want to raise NIB. But what they did, they realized they couldn't raise it right now, so they raised minimum wage. And by raising minimum wage, they get more contribution to NIB. So that's what the trick was. It wasn't to help you. It was to get more money into NIB. Good afternoon, you're live.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bain. I could not go tonight without calling in. I said, man, I ain't calling tonight. Lincoln, the Prime Minister, do not speak for me because he is trying to defend another country. He's making excuses for another country.
Yeah, he is.
He needs to be concerned about the Bahamian people here.
Yeah.
He needs to hear what is going on with us. He sees it. He has people on the ground. He has people in the communities. It's a sham. And secondly, I want my carbon credit money.
Yeah.
I don't tell my children and my grandchildren. They thieving.
Yeah.
And they thieving from us.
Yeah.
And I tell them, if I don't even be here, you'll fight till you'll get it.
Yeah.
I say Lincoln should not fight by himself. Every Bahamian should be out there, even if you come for an hour. But you know, we have some Bahamians saying for that. I am Mr. So-and-so, and I'm Mr. So-and-so. Man, look here. This is a worthy cause. You could have been getting $3,500. I could have been getting $3,500. One or two people could pay their bills.
Yep.
One or two people could invest in a business. One or two people could do other things. But how could you take what belongs to the Bahamian people? One man. No, he do not speak for me, and I want my money.
Yeah.
I want my natural resources. When are your people gonna get it?
Yeah.
They scared to go, but they want the benefits.
Mm-hmm.
You want me fight. You want me go to jail. You want me get rough up, and you get the benefit? No, that ain't fair. Come, if you only show your face, and come for an hour or 30 minutes from work, and then go back. It's a worthy cause. You don't think we should have what is ours? Not the Prime Minister, he done being paid. Then they got these people in immigration ain't doing their job. And Mr. King is a joke. People don't know he talking foolishness.
Wow.
Because the islands are experiencing it, and Nassau is experiencing it. I could not say I ain't gonna call tonight.
Wow.
Because they think Bahamians are crazy. Have you ever seen the Bahamians made a citizen arrest? People are tired.
Yeah.
People are frustrated. And they walking in our communities in the night. They even walking in the day. People are noticing the new people. So Mr. King them need to go sit down. Bell and what is consultant name now? Louis George. They need to get rid of them. That man is being paid 6 digits for what a Bahamian to do. You have a Haitian in immigration doing it? Okay, no, let me correct that. A Bahamian born. So they say. But they are helping their people. And I don't know when you're going to get it. And I applaud that man. I give him kudos today. Who knocked down the Haitian house on the side of his house. We tired of that.
Yeah.
People are tired.
That's what we got to do. So I'm calling for vigilantism in this country. I'm calling for it.
Vigilantism because they are not doing, even in the courts.
Yeah.
They are not doing their jobs, and they're allowing people to do things and get away with it because I know so and so. Oh no, I'm in the lodge. You can't touch me. God can touch you though.
Yeah.
I live on this. I applaud them, and I will be there on the 1st of February.
Thank you.
And everybody else who I know, because I send the email to my brother, not the email though, the WhatsApp of all the migrants coming in, and the Steve McKinney show which he was on, and 15 fellows were sitting down with him, and he played that for them.
Wow.
So people are getting the word out.
Wow.
Keep doing what you're doing, and we are continuing to cover you in prayer also.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Thank you. That's powerful. So the phone was ringing. Is 804-4264. You know, that figure that you heard them talking about, $3,500 a month that Bahamians can make, that's some good money. But that's based on a calculation of just the raw monies coming in. Much more than that can be made because what you do is you invest the money on the markets, you flip it like what Norway does, and then you can get more that comes in. The lotteries in the US do the same thing, right? When you pay your money to buy your lottery tickets, they put it in kind of an endowment fund, a fund that increases the money. So they actually make more money from you when you choose to get paid over time. All right. So they invest the money, they flip it, and then you'll get from that, and they get to put more in the pot later. All right. So also there's some things we're going to do with it. It's carbon credits, and there's money from the carbon credits. Hold the line, I'll be right with you. But we're also going to do other things. Like we're going to use the carbon credits to build solar power plants like they're doing in the Philippines. I got to speak to someone from the Philippines today who also worked in Dubai for 5 years. It was a pleasure meeting you. Meeting people from these other places that are progressive. Some from the Philippines, and they have so many solar power plants in their country that is powering them. But of course, we don't have it here because of corruption. But we're going to build solar power plants from carbon credits, and we're going to provide power to our neighbors. The money that we make from it, the billions of dollars that we make for it, is going to go into our sovereign wealth fund. Remember, it came from the carbon credits, and we're going to get more carbon credits by supplying and selling to them. So it's gonna be exponential value. So carbon credits, build it, and as we sell carbon credits and take carbon from the air in Cuba, Haiti, and other places around us, including South Florida, we're going to be selling power to. We're going to get more money from carbon credits, and all of this goes in the sovereign wealth fund. It's invested, it's flipped. The principal is never touched. We make money from the profit. It goes to the Bahamian people. We need a new kind of people with vision in this country. All right. And so there's other things like seaweed, etc., that we're going to grow, that we're going to sell. We're going to make carbon credits from growing it, and we're going to sell it because it has so much value. There's so much more I want to say, but time is always short. Let's go to phone lines. Good afternoon. You're live.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dan.
Yes.
Yes, sir. People always say that, you are another Finland. But me, for instance, I think that you are one of those who are much more greater than Finland. Finland does a lot of good for this country, but for what I've seen for my 50 years and voting and seeing political parties and people standing up, you are the most, I don't know what to say, but you are the best ever in our country because not only you stand up for the people, you bring your documentation, you bring your teaching, and you are educating the Bahamian public that works for the government entity, the private sector, walk off their jobs. Do you already know that the time will stop in this country and they will have to listen?
Yeah.
Y'all gotta recognize, unite yourself, and you will become one body with one mind, one direction, and the government that have wherever he is in the world, he will be somewhere trying to make a statement to the Bahamian people. You all need to understand, everyone needs to take time off from their job. And guess what? They can't fire everyone because they need you.
Yeah.
All right? They need you. So I am making a clarion call to every Bahamian, whether you're a nurse, doctor, police, defense force, PSP, FNM, DNA, coalition, walk off your job. It will beat off the time of the Bahamas and make it mean something. Once you do that, he will have to listen.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say. That is powerful. Not the powerful one we want to talk about. Because all he do is what he does is wrong. If he's a Haitian, go Haiti, go live Haiti, and if you win Mr. Bain, send him Haiti. All right, ban him from the Bahamas for about 5 years so he can see what's happening down there. Okay, and another thing, our leaders done a big treason to this country and its people. When you get in power, they need to fine jail time. They need to have it. And they lie to the people. We need to get, my brothers and sisters, listen to me. Walk off the job. Let's stop the time of this country so this country can revamp itself and start afresh with a new mind, a new leader, and a new direction. Brother Bain, God bless. You have a wonderful night.
Thank you. Good night to you too. Bahamians are ready for change. We are all ready for change. That's change. What you're looking at is the new carbon credit law. They call it the climate change and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's what you're looking at. So this is the act. It's been gazetted. There's a ministerial responsibility for the administration of the act. As you can see here, the Prime Minister, who shall have responsibility for the overall general oversight of the administration of the act. Right? Minister of Finance only deals with making sure our people that the levies associated with the trade of carbon credits is paid, and then the Ministry of Environment responsibility for reporting obligations to UNFCCC. All right, but if we look at this, all through this, and it's on the government's website now, so you can go and see it. It's right there. But as you look through this act, I'm just browsing through it. All you will see is the Prime Minister. So Prime Minister to appoint an advisory council. Okay, that's understandable. All right. The Prime Minister Advisory Council, right? And so he's in charge of them. But all you can see is Prime Minister, Prime Minister, Prime Minister. This is the only act in the country where you see the Prime Minister's name called so much. This man really took over the carbon credits of this country by putting everything in the Prime Minister's hand that goes to him, and he can make any decision he wants with it. All right? And so the minister may make regulations to further fundamental principles governing trade of carbon markets. Here it says the Prime Minister may make regulations, and so he can make his own rules. He can say whatever he wants, and he can make it do or not do whatever he wants. The Prime Minister himself. All right? That shows you how valuable this is. Remember, this is the thing that they said I was selling dreams, that it couldn't happen. It wasn't worth it. Now all of a sudden it's in the hands of the Prime Minister. And as I scroll through this, I'm just scrolling so you could kind of get a good look. All right, but I'm going to cause you to read it off. Again here, see? The Prime Minister. All you see to this whole document, the Prime Minister may direct and write in appropriate ministers, cause to be carried out any matters, etc., etc. Again, the Prime Minister may create and implement initiatives and incentives to comply with the Paris Agreement. All right, why do you need the Prime Minister to do that? All right, here again, the minister shall issue, meaning the prime minister, emit to any person or entity that participates in an initiative, etc., etc. All right, look at this. See, it's documented. He turned the whole thing over to himself. General rules applicable to establish projects and activities. The prime minister will make regulations prescribing the general rules applicable to any established program, project, or activity implemented under the prime minister. Got to do that. I mean, this is sick. All right, the prime minister may make regulations to govern the participation in an initiative by any means provided for under Section 1. I mean, come on. Come on. Again, right after that, the prime minister may enter into a bilateral or multilateral agreement with another approved country to trade carbon for emissions reductions and removals thereafter, etc. All right? The prime minister may do that. And when you read this carefully, you know, the prime minister may enter into a bilateral or multilateral agreement with another approved country or trade carbon emissions, etc., etc. This ain't saying he may enter into the agreement on behalf of the country, you know. This saying he may enter into this. The prime minister may enter into this. This is the prime minister may enter the Bahamas into. Y'all catch it? Next, 24. All this is prime minister. 23, prime minister. 24, prime minister. The prime minister may, with the approval of the cabinet, enter into an agreement with a private entity to offset carbon emissions. He runs the cabinet, he appoints the cabinet, they can't vote against him. The prime minister may, with the approval of the cabinet, enter into any agreement to trade into carbon, into carbon established or overseen. So he may enter into this. The prime minister may enter into this. Y'all see the wording? Not the prime minister may enter the Bahamas into. Y'all see? Keep going. All you see all through this document is prime minister, prime minister, prime minister, prime minister. And he basically, and I'm just scrolling, you can go and read this for yourself. Yeah, prime minister, the minister will make regulations generally to carry out the objectives and provisions of this act, and in particular, but without prejudice and generally foregoing, make regulations for, and all this stuff here. You go read it yourself. All these things he could do, and here's where he teething. No, I mean literally, but yeah. Go read that. The prime minister may make regulations after consultation with an approval of the Ministry of Environment for these other stuff here. The prime minister may. Why is this the prime minister? This the prime minister. That this the act, you know. The prime minister may. This your carbon credits the man stole. Now they put the Paris Agreement in here. All right. This is what they're talking about when they say the prime minister take this thing unto himself. The prime minister may this, and the prime minister may that. Go and read it for yourself, and you'll get a full and clear understanding that we're in trouble as a country. So I was selling dreams, but now Brave and Fred and them living their dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end there for the night. We're going to continue on Sunday. The Minister of Immigration met with NIB. I think I should play the whole recording of that meeting. Should I? You're telling me, yeah, these people are mysterious around here. I would have played tonight, but it's too long. The Minister of Immigration met with NIB. Ladies and gentlemen, this country is falling apart. We'll picture that on Sunday. On Wednesday, February 1st, we're going to stand for this nation. All I'm asking you to stand with me. I'll stand in front of you and I'll take all the bullets. I'll take all the licks. I'll take all the beating. I'll take it. I'll take it. All I ask you to do is stand with me and let's save this country. Our children are not ready for what is to come. Someone says, play it, play it, play it, play it. Sunday. We have the time. We are going to show the government that we are serious. If we fill both squares, we could demand the government step down. In fact, we've already applied to the government for permission to be on Parliament Square and Russell Square. All right, just so you all know, we always do it the right way when we do it. We've applied to the government, and we don't have to. There's no law that says we have to, but we apply anyway. And so we applied for permission to be on Parliament Square and Government Square. All right. Now, there's some more I got to say, but I'll say all that stuff on Sunday. All right. I'll just leave that there. All right. Just stay tuned. Sunday, you're going to see and hear some stuff. I don't want this to go too long tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is falling apart. 50 years and nothing works. Let me show you how serious this is. Eggs. I heard some people arguing about eggs being $10 to $12, whatever. If a country can't produce eggs, that is a failed state. If a country cannot produce eggs, that is a failed state. Listen, eggs are so easy to produce. You don't even need a rooster to produce eggs. Now, if you want the eggs to hatch, you need a rooster. But chickens lay eggs like that. They give them some calcium and they lay eggs. We have to have eggs that cost $10 to $12. And that's something, listen, were I prime minister and this was going on, let me tell you something. I would have thrown money at farmers in this country because we got farmers who know how to produce this. I would have made sure that they had what they need to have a professional factory farm producing eggs in this country. We would never have to produce to bring in eggs. We would have been producing eggs, and they've been in for over a year now. Immediately, we would have made sure that farmers like Sinclair and Farmer Cates and others would have been able to produce as much eggs as they want to. How much money you need? $500,000? Yes, $500,000. Need $1 million to build a big facility so that we could feed all the Bahamas with eggs and export? Here's your money. There's export eggs everywhere where there is an egg shortage or a high price of eggs. Come on, man. Nothing in this country is working. The defense force throw their hand up in the air and say, man, it's too difficult. It's hard, he said. Come on, man. People dying in the hospital for things they don't have to die for lack of blood. And all you got to do is buy the blood. In the States, they pay you what $50, $75, $100 for blood. I think that's value. Come on, man. PTC is in shambles, don't work properly. Our roads, oh, they say they could fix it this year. What happened to last year? At a meeting, they say, listen, we can hold off everything until close to election because people can forget it if they do it too early. That's what they had a PLP meeting, and that was their conclusion. We can hold off everything until close to the election. Brave can stop traveling close to the election. You travel now, everyone can forget that, man. Once they come in and they start giving out some stuff, people can forget. That's the conclusion they came to. That's the conclusion. That y'all can forget. Y'all can just vote for them once you're comfortable. Nothing in this country is working. Nothing. We are going to look like absolute fools talking about we celebrating 50 years. Look at 50 years of Dubai and look at 50 years for us. Look at it. 50 years. And we can't produce eggs. We need a government to be in for 2 years to start producing eggs. $50 years. We could be fish farming in our waters. Organic fish farms that's out in the ocean. So it's not in tanks. We have canals all over Grand Bahama that we could turn into fish farms in the natural flow of water. We have canals in New Providence we could turn into fish farms, and the natural flow of water will make it so that it's a healthy fish farm. What are we doing, Bahamas? What are we doing? Just give some young, talented people a chance to get this done. The government only does what they can make money from. That is the problem in this country. Why are we not in the cruise ship business? When we take over this government, we're going into the cruise ship business immediately. Instead of borrowing $500 million to do foolishness that we can't see, we're getting some boats. Why are we not in the shipping business? Why are we not in the shipping business? We have a whole free port right there that we're taking from the Port Authority. We have a whole free port right there that they could ship from China or India or wherever it's coming from, bring their stuff into the free port. We could hold it there for them, and then they could, as they need it, move it over to America. And it's close. Instead of waiting 6 to 8 weeks to get something from China, it's right there waiting. They don't have to pay customs right away. Come on, man. Come on, Bahamas. Their shipping includes their temporary storage. No shipping company will be able to compete with that. Come on, Bahamas. Let's give something different a try. Come on, man. Some vision. Some vision. Let's transform tourism. Y'all must be like this. Our children leaving this country and not coming back. Let's give them something to come back to. There are Bahamians running hospitals in the US. And these hospitals are A1. Bahamians running hospitals in the US. We are giving free healthcare to every Bahamian. And we could bring our children back to this country to build a new Bahamas. Our families are being split up and divided. Our people are coming home to the new Bahamas. Nothing in America for you. It's lonely there. We're bringing our people home from Canada, from Europe, from United Arab Emirates to build this. Our people. But the difference is we are going to own this. You see, we could build hotel rooms, right? But not only are we going to build hotel rooms, we're going to digitize those hotel rooms. Oh, God, they don't know what I just said. Not only will we have hotel rooms, but the hotel rooms will be digital assets that is backed by the value of the room and the income of the room. Oh my God. Y'all understand what I'm saying later. Can you imagine a digital coin backed by something tangible like rooms in the Bahamas or rooms we own around the world, because we're not just going to own rooms in the Bahamas. Our tourism is going to go around the world. If Jamaica could own hotels in the Bahamas, we could own hotels in Jamaica. We could own hotels in Barbados. We could own hotels in Colorado. Oh, God. Vision. And these are going to be digital assets. Oh, my God. Y'all ready for the new Bahamas? See, we're talking about carbon credits, but it's not just collecting the carbon credits. Every time talking about the $3,500, I was like, wow, yes, Bahamians are waking up. But there's more ways that you can make money from the carbon credits. And if you make $1 billion in the carbon credits, you don't touch the billion. You invest it in the market, turn that billion into 2 billion. So I do crypto, right? And I will tell you, I see some people, talking about, what I just do and how I just do it. I haven't heard one person say, you need to get a job. This is how to work for people. All right. I invest. That's how the wealthy people make money. They invest. All right. They make money in their sleep. And so crypto over the last, I think it's like a week or so around there. Bitcoin, for example, went from 16,000 for Bitcoin to 22,000. So if you have Bitcoin, your Bitcoin increased by, I think that's what, 30%, something like that. 25, more than 25%. Just like that. It's free money, just out of nowhere. Just free money. That's what happened. Looking at mine now. Yes, $22,807 right now. There's a lot for us to talk about. We are going to mine Bitcoin in this country. We're going to mine Bitcoin. We're going to have the service to do it. We're not going to just make money trading. No. We're going to be the mine. That's where the money is created. That's where the money is generated. We're going to mine Bitcoin. And we're going to have service that mine Bitcoin. But the difference is we're going to use solar power to make it cheap and affordable to mine Bitcoin. China was the biggest miner of Bitcoin because they had a lot of solar renewable energy, because the servers is where it's mined and the servers is expensive to keep them cool. What we're going to do is the servers are going to be underwater because we have Mars. We've already identified places at Cat Island and other places where you can actually put it underwater, the servers, and so it's automatically cool. It stays cool. All right. And so there's some places doing that now. But you put them underwater, it stays cool, it reduces the cost of energy to cool them. And we use renewable energy for the energy that you do use. And we mine Bitcoin and these other things. Listen, there's so much that we can do as a nation. And everything I'm talking about goes to the Sovereign Wealth Fund, is invested, and we make money from the profits. I know, maybe you like the way it's been going. You like doing the same thing over and over. Maybe that's what you like. I don't want to get in the way of that. If you just feel that the Bahamas just been doing so good and we should just keep it that way, then okay. Let's keep it that way. We just have elections every time and the same coonies come in and they make money and build houses and then call each other corrupt and nothing move forward. Maybe you like it that way. Maybe you like that we had the same hospitals for over 50 years. Maybe you like that. And now they're talking about building a hospital and we can celebrate them taking 50 years to build a hospital. That ain't nothing to celebrate. Even if they build a hospital before next election, that's nothing to celebrate. You took 50 years. Maybe you like it this way. I say what you got to lose. But what we're doing on Wednesday has nothing to do with politics and politicians or anyone. It's being standing together because y'all will be in trouble. Your children will be in trouble if you don't wake up. So that's my 2 hours. I'm gonna go back into this Bahamas. It doesn't work, and I'm inviting all Bahamians to be there Wednesday, the 1st of February. Let's stand up and just show them we ain't soft and docile anymore. We're going to stand up and show you. We don't have to say nothing to them. Just your presence shows them, y'all better fix this. Your present says, Philip Brave Davis, fix this or we gonna fix you. That's what it says. Remember, they was going to bring that asylum bill. They'd already announced it in the media and all that. They was going to bring that. And then after we went out there and protested and showed them we were serious, they had to pull back and pretend, oh, what asylum bill? Ladies and gentlemen, be strong. Be proud, Bahamians. Stand up and defend this nation. It is a call that fell on our generation. Loftus-Roker predicted this, and now it's falling on us. It's our job to deal with this. Loftus-Roker and his generation did nothing. We'll see if Loftus is going to be on his protest. He talked about it, but talking about things doesn't fix it. What's the man's name? Brian McCartney. He talked about it. Talking about it isn't going to fix it. Hey, all the talks, but what are you going to do? Will Brian be out there on Wednesday? Because they want to talk, but they don't want to mess up their position in society. They don't want to risk their jobs or their contracts. Bahamians, for the rest of us who love this country, and we just started talking, let's stand up. I call Brian tonight. And tell Brian, get his curly hair out there. Enough of the talking. We love how you speak. You can genuflect and you can speak the Queen's English so well. And you can articulate. But we need to know if you can stand up. It's for this generation to stand. Are you ready to stand? Will you stand with me? Will you be there? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. Again, I leave you with a word from Steve Harvey and a reminder of our protest that's coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, change ain't coming. Why? Because the change is already here. Stand with me. Stand with me. See you next time.
Now let that sink in.
I don't know how you did this in 50 years. You look at history. Who does this? Show me anybody else that has done this in 50 years. I'm waiting. Show them to me. This wasn't done by money. Money doesn't produce visions. Visions produce money. You've had leadership over here that were visionaries, great visionaries, and their vision was more about the people than the money, because you can't accomplish this in 50 years without loving your people first, because the people are the ones that's benefiting from this. Look at your health care. Look at your road system. Look at your highway system. Look at your airports. Who does this in 50 years? But who benefits? You're going to care about those people. It's something to be learned about what's been done over here that could be duplicated in the world, because there's people with this much money. You just don't have people with this much love for their people.
You know, a lot of people wonder how Dubai became a very big, famous and rich city.
You see, if you're comparing with Nigeria, listen to this. Nigeria has oil before than Dubai. It's a history. They are more rich than us. They have agriculture, they have mining, they have everything, you name it, they have it. Am I right or wrong? When you have a true leadership, which we have nothing, but we have everything because we have the right leadership. That's the only thing you need, a right leader for your country, not corruption. That's what brings your country at the top. You don't need anything. We want water, we don't have agriculture, we don't have mining.
That's quite interesting.
And that's Sheikh Mohammed. Number one, he doesn't know number two, he needs only number one. He says, I don't know, there's no number two in my book. Only number one.
I hear he doesn't ride in a convoy.